if she had read my mind. It was as if she knew exactly what I was going to say, and she said it right before I was going to say it. She said, "They win." It was my wife, Alicia, sitting on the couch with me, and we were watching TV. Mr. Toastmaster, Madam Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters, welcome and distinguished guests. It was about 8 o'clock. It was the 8th day of the 8th month of 2008. And like many of you, I suspect, we were watching the opening ceremonies of the Beijing Olympics. And we had just watched 2008 drummers pull off this most fantastic human spectacle and human achievement that made us say, "They win." This was before any medals were awarded to any Olympic athletes. This was before any races had been run. This was before Michael Phelps broke all those individual records that were so amazing. This was before any of the actual sporting had begun for the Olympics. The Olympics that we all watch because we're there to watch human beings do incredible things on their own. We're there to watch new athletes and heroes be born in front of us. But we saw 2008 musicians. People whose names I don't know, but whose performance I will never forget. And in fact, this was a performance that we watched that changed something in me. They win, we thought. We watched this on our big screen TV. This is one TV we have in one room of our house. We have another big screen TV in our bedroom. Our daughter, who's 13 years old, she has another television in her room so that she can watch whatever she wants. And then our son, who's 11, he has another TV. It's in his room so he can play his Xbox. And we have an 18-month-old. She doesn't have her own television set, but she loves to watch Harold and the Purple Crayon. That's one of the things she asks for. So we all do our own thing in our house. We all do our own thing. When it comes to dinner time, we tend to have discussions about what we're going to have. And because the complaining and the whining and the obnoxious discussion goes on too long, quite often we as parents will bend to the will of our kids and we'll have not one thing but a few things for dinner. It just is easier that way. At least it seems that way. What I'm telling you is I'm confessing that in the microcosm of community in my house, it's very hard, it's very difficult for us to do things together, to figure out what we're going to do. When we go on car trips together, when we journey up to go on vacation, and we want to turn on the music in the car, what do we listen to? Oh, don't even get started with that. The thing is, when everybody has their own iPod, it renders the question of which music you're going to play moot. You don't have to worry about it anymore. Everybody can do their own thing. This is somewhat by design. We want our children to be independent, strong, creative. We want them to learn what their own dreams are. We want them to learn how to do their own thing and to do it really well. But we saw 2008 people pull off something that if we had just seen one of them pull off, we would have been impressed. The choreography that they used when they were playing these foul drums, and foul, by the way, F-O-U, that's the English way that we would spell and pronounce these traditional Chinese drums. The way that they could pull off this drumming, and with the choreography, with the synchronicity, the complex rhythms, it would have been impressive. Like I said, it would have been impressive if just one of them had pulled it off. But 2008 of them pulled it off together. And I'll never forget the looks on their faces, the perspiration, the sense of, I'm part of something huge here. The world is watching, and look what we did. The relief. I didn't mess up any of my steps. I didn't stand out from the 2,700, 999, whatever they were, and so just me stood out. No, they all did this so well. Think about the discipline that took. Think about the rehearsal time that took. Think about the listening that they had to have in order to be together. It was amazing. It was amazing. They win. That's what we thought. You know, I love music. I love music. I love jazz. I love classical music too. I love symphonic music as well. But one of the things that stands out in my experience of music, is the soloist. Could be Vladimir Horowitz, or could be Herbie Hancock. Somebody who knows how to improvise. That especially stands out to me. Somebody who knows how to emphasize and to put out their personal expression of creativity. Somebody that stands out. Somebody who's developed their own voice. That really stands out and appeals to me. That's part of the ethos of our culture. The rock star, the maverick, the pioneer, the entrepreneur. These are all things we value. But ladies and gentlemen, what's changed for me is that I don't think those are the most important values any longer. We're facing unprecedented economic challenges. We're facing unprecedented environmental challenges. These challenges create a global contest that we will not be able to win solely on the basis of our values of individual achievement, individual rights, and individual freedoms. These challenges must be faced, and this global contest will only be won by all of us working together. In 2008, the citizens of the United States of America elected somebody to the highest office of the land who's a community organizer. That person was buoyed along by the votes of those millions who voted for him, chanting, "Yes, we can! Yes, we can!" Can we? I hope so. The mayor of our city, Greg Nichols, in February, delivered a speech in which he called for an army of 10,000 volunteers. He said, we're not going to get the job done. We're not going to have the life that we need to have here unless people volunteer in large numbers, as groups of people. Will we do that? You'll answer that question. You will answer that question, and I will answer that question. Over the next several months and years, perhaps over the next few generations. I hope that we answer this question with the resounding yes, that we put aside differences and we put aside our individual achievements and dreams in order to work together as a group. And if we do, we will win. Mr. Toastmaster.